Pakistan has strongly condemned the recent attack targeting Chinese nationals in Tajikistan. Islamabad expressed solidarity with both Beijing and Dushanbe, calling the incident an act of terrorism aimed at undermining regional peace and cooperation. Officials reaffirmed that Pakistan remains committed to supporting collective security efforts and protecting international partners working toward regional development. A joint counter-smuggling task group has been proposed between Pakistan and Iran as part of a growing effort to secure border trade routes and combat illicit trafficking. The initiative includes intelligence sharing, coordinated patrols, and the use of modern surveillance tools. If approved, analysts say it could significantly strengthen stability along one of the region's most sensitive frontiers. Russia has warned of a possible nationwide ban on the messaging application WhatsApp, citing concerns over misinformation, data privacy, and national security. Officials say certain features may violate local regulations. While the final decision is pending, the announcement has sparked debate about digital sovereignty and the future of global communications platforms. Pakistan has rejected claims of entering a regional arms race, stating that its defense modernization is strictly threat-based and focused on maintaining strategic stability. According to officials, upgrades in air, naval, and missile capabilities are designed to preserve deterrence, not escalate tensions. Islamabad emphasized that peaceful coexistence remains its preferred policy pathway. From Gwadar to Washington, this is Pak Geo Defense Update, Pakistan's voice in the world of defense and geopolitics. Please subscribe. A diplomatic confrontation is unfolding after the discovery of an undetonated GBU-39B small-diameter bomb in Beirut. The United States has formally demanded its return, raising questions about how the American-origin munition appeared in an active conflict zone. The incident highlights concerns over unauthorized transfer, end-user violations, and escalation risks in the Middle East. Defense analysts suggest the bomb may have been supplied through a third party, bypassing U.S. export compliance. Washington's request signals that scrutiny over American weapons used by allies will intensify. For now, the unexploded bomb has become more than a military object. It is now a geopolitical message about control, accountability, and growing tension around the war in the region. Egypt's foreign minister arrives in Pakistan today for a two-day official visit, signaling a growing diplomatic and strategic relationship between the two nations. Talks will focus on regional security, trade expansion, energy cooperation, and defense industry partnerships. Both countries share aligned views on counterterrorism, Palestine, and regional stability. The visit comes at a time when Pakistan is strengthening ties across the Middle East, especially with Gulf and North African states. Analysts believe this engagement may open the door to greater defense collaboration, joint exercises, and investment opportunities. The message is clear: Islamabad and Cairo are exploring a deeper strategic future. Pakistan's Foreign Office has confirmed that the ceasefire understanding with the Afghan Taliban is not holding. Cross-border attacks continue, and Islamabad accuses militant factions sheltering in Afghanistan of targeting Pakistan's security forces and civilians. The breakdown in communication raises concerns about stability along the Durand Line, and the future of bilateral agreements. Pakistan maintains that peaceful engagement is possible, but only if the Taliban fulfill commitments to prevent terrorist groups from operating on Afghan soil. The situation remains tense, and policymakers warn that Islamabad will not tolerate continued violations. Pakistan has officially launched its first locally hosted air cloud platform, a major step toward digital sovereignty. The cloud will store national-level data inside Pakistan rather than abroad, enhancing cybersecurity, privacy, and technological independence. The platform will support AI research, government systems, and private sector innovation in areas such as healthcare, automation, defense, and finance. Officials say this marks the beginning of a long-term strategy to reduce dependence on foreign digital ecosystems. With global power competition now shifting toward data and artificial intelligence, Pakistan's move signals readiness for the next technological era. India has entered a new phase in its space ambitions as Prime Minister Modi officiated the virtual launch of the Vikram-I orbital rocket, developed by the private sector. This marks India's transition from a state-controlled model to a hybrid commercial space economy. The program aims to accelerate satellite deployment, attract global investment, and reduce costs for both government and private organizations. Experts say India now seeks a role similar to SpaceX in the global space market. The Vikram-I launch symbolizes a shift toward competition, innovation, and commercialization in South Asia's rapidly evolving space race. Pakistan's military spokesperson has accused Afghan border posts of firing to support the infiltration of militants attempting to enter Pakistani territory. According to the DG ISPR, security forces responded firmly and prevented the breach. Islamabad says this is part of a concerning pattern where terrorist groups operating from Afghanistan attempt cross-border attacks under local protection. The military emphasized that Pakistan seeks peaceful borders, but will respond decisively to any aggression or security threat. The situation adds pressure to already strained relations between Islamabad and Kabul. New reports indicate that Iran is rerouting a growing share of its crude oil exports to China by using transshipment hubs in Indonesia. Analysts say the strategy is designed to bypass U.S. sanctions and obscure the origin of cargo through ship-to-ship transfers, altered tracking IDs, and layered ownership records. This method makes it harder for global monitoring systems to detect sanctioned shipments. Several tankers reportedly switch flags, disable AIS transponders, and use financial clearing networks outside the Western banking system. Experts believe the move reflects a broader trend in global energy trade, where sanctioned states are adopting advanced evasion tactics to maintain revenue streams. China's steady purchase signals a long-term energy partnership that could reshape trade routes and geopolitical dynamics across the Indo-Pacific and Middle East regions. Islamabad has clarified its position regarding the Gaza conflict, stating that Pakistan is open to contributing troops under United Nations-approved peacekeeping framework, but not for any mission aimed at disarming Hamas. Officials emphasized that dismantling a locally supported resistance force is a political matter, not a military assignment for external actors. Pakistan reiterated that any peace process must include humanitarian access, ceasefire guarantees, and a pathway toward Palestinian self-determination. The government also highlighted that its military participation would only occur under international law, with a clear mandate focused on stability and civilian protection. Diplomats describe Pakistan's stance as balanced, signaling support for peace while rejecting involvement in operations that may be perceived as taking sides in an unresolved conflict. That's enough for today. Share your thoughts in comments section, and please answer today's question.